Mistake them for the truth. The real danger is that if we hear enough lies, then we no longer recognize the truth at all.
Why would I have anything to say to you? All you do is wrong.
What else is left but to abandon even the hope of truth and content ourselves instead with stories?
It's the role of good journalism to take on powerful abuses. And when powerful abuses are taken on, there is always a back reaction.
Take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans. Right. You're saying that's not gain of function?
That is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly. And I want to say that officially.
When you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
About is the reality of goodness, not the perception of it. And what I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil. Fuck them. Okay?
Welcome back, friends. Oh my god, I don't have the lights turned on. Oh my god, I'm so retarded. Oh, dude, just 1 second. Oh man. See, this is the bloody problem, bros, right? Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Habbening TV. You can see behind the scenes as I struggle to, like, get the lights working and stuff. Oh, God, come on. Yes, bros. Welcome back. It's great to see you all. I'm tired, bros. I'm tired. I gotta admit, man, right? Like, just watching this country simultaneously crap itself and set itself on fire whilst crouching in the middle of a dirty street is it's not great for my mental health, right? I need a mental health break, bros. A little sort of joie de vivre. Just let my brain cool off. I hope everyone's doing well. So I won't be doing Thursday show. Probably gonna take a break for like a week or two. I will still be doing the Friday show with Artie because that's like sort of taking off. But I need to cut back on my output, lest my brain poop itself, in a sort of dramatic fashion. And nobody wants that. Is the light going like weird? Am I also suffering some kind of like brain retardation? Oh, that's just what I need, bros, right? It's not enough to be surrounded by retards. The retardation is leaking into my brain, right? And soon I'll be retarded, then you'll be retarded, and we'll all be retarded in one great nation of retardation. I mean, I presume everyone watching is basically semi-retarded. It's not just me, right? The color keeps shifting out. I can't. I can't fix it. It is what it is. It is what it is, bros. Rob Linden, it's in the water. Yeah, it probably is. It probably is. Anyway, enough of that. Tonight, we have more on the rapid and spectacular decline of the United Kingdom. You would think it would have sort of reached some sort of bottomish plateau at this point, but no, there is no plateau on this ride, bros. It's just the Marianas Trench of suck. The succulence continues to suck ever downwards. So, our first story. The government won their appeal against the asylum hotel closures, as if it was ever in doubt, bros, right? Like, I mean, honestly, right? In a shocking turn of events, it turns out that the judge was once the head of the Fabian Society. I was shocked, as shocked as the rest of you, bros. Just amazing coincidence, right? Which has absolutely no bearing, of course, on his judgment whatsoever, right? It's one of the things about the Fabians, completely impartial. Everybody wants incremental socialism, right? If you think about it, right? You just got to sort of, massage it a bit, be a little incremental. Also, the protests are continuing. However, the government seems to have turned around and they're like, right, we're sick of this shit, right? Like, we time to start cracking some heads, arresting some people, giving the old Lucy Connolly treatment, you know what I mean, right? Like, so they've just been started arresting the ringleaders. Very, very quick justice when it's these people for some weird reason, right? They're in front of a court and sentenced within days. Amazing how that works. Amazing. I guess what's the point of having a two-tier system if you can't decide which tier person is? So yes, that's been going on. I got a bunch of video and just other sort of just generally horrible shit to show you. Enjoy. I know I will. Just so great. Just so great. I can't fucking wait to leave. Delicious. Our second story. There's been a big march in Australia. The March for Australia. Mate. That's, seems to have gone off very well. However, there has been shocking news. It turns out that at the end of the march, some Nazis were allowed to speak and were not immediately drone striked from orbit. In a shocking turn of events, someone was actually allowed to speak. Now, of course, being the kind of person that I am, I suspect that this was a calculated attempt by the people that run Australia to sort of, make sure like, oh, we're for Australia, but not white Australia, right? Because everybody knows that white Australia is a bridge too far. We need a sort of brown Australia, a sort of coffee-coloured Australia, obviously, right? It's just the way things are. You can't fight progress, and progress is a lovely shade of brown, which is why everything's going to shit, presumably. And our final story. It turns out, bros, that The Guardian is very, very upset. Yes, I know. What are you going to do? There's an amazing article in The Guardian about how calling their opponents fascists is no longer working. I know. Amazing, right? The Swiss Army knife of the left, the literal thing that they basically, you're like eggs and toast, goddamn fascists, right? Like, they'll literally just whip it out for like any fucking reason. They're like a migrant at a kindergarten. Now I'm sad. It's just not working, bros. It's not working. Now, of course, if anyone had studied history, particularly that part of history that you're not supposed to study, and yet at the same time is relentlessly on the History Channel for some reason, you would have known that this is the end point. This is what happens when you just go around like calling everybody fascist. How does that saying go? If you tell people that everything they want is fascism, then soon enough, fascism is the only thing that they want. Funny how that works. But yes, it's just another, oh yeah, and the lefties have been running around saying that like Trump is dead. I personally, of course, having Trump's private number, your contacts, can't really speak about it. It's very, 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 very hush. But I did manage to get in contact with Trump, and he sent me a special message to you all via brain chip. I'm still alive. I just had to take a couple of days off. I'm having some like very, very important discussions with the Russians, the Indians, the Chinese. I don't have time to always deal with these far left Democrats with their Russia. I am, in fact, absolutely alive. And you can't say that I'm dead. Absolutely not. I'm as spry as anyone. And to say that the stress of this job is getting to me is an absolute lie. I could be 2 presidents at once and still have no problem. So thank you very much. That was verbatim comments from President Trump there. It does seem that he is still alive. I don't know, right? Like, the lefties are just wish fulfilling. Apparently he had a bruise on his hand or something, en regard, right? Like, he's probably getting bloods done or something. Or maybe he's getting, like, shot full of adrenochrome. I don't know, man. Like, who gives a fuck at this point, right? Anyway, let's say hello to everyone in the chat. On Rumble, Sede Sapiente. Oh, good to see you, Sedes. I hope to see you soon. Livia Drusilla, great to see you as well. Full Short. Captain Crisps. Who else we got? J. Cheever Loophole. Teabag and Therapist. Sar, good to see ya. Anybody else? Ardent Party, of course. Check out one of Ardent's streams. He's a good lad. And smack that like button. Like your mama told you right. Or, something like that. I think that's like a tagline from some YouTube channel I watch. On YouTube. Oh, and Total Blackout Painting, of course. Good to see ya. Mr. Blackout Painting, I hope you're well. On YouTube, we have 007, Sar, Ashley Styles, Robert Verlinden, good to see you, mate. Sunny Jim, Scarlett, and I think you're new, catching this live for a change. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming along. Anybody else? I think. Oh, and always Nunya. Good name. And on Odyssey, we have Rody1 and Evola19, who is soon about to like shed his cocoon and change into an entirely different Odyssey Anon. I'm pretty sure this is why I've got like 700 subs on Odyssey. It's all the people like just sort of ditching their accounts after like a few months to stay ahead of the feds. Godspeed, bros. Godspeed. Today's meme, of course. One frog to another. Does it feel like it's getting warmer to you? I don't like to talk about politics. Yeah, well, I mean, I get it, right? I mean, you're both going to die. But, at least you will die without having to suffer the horrors of talking about politics. Right. So let's get on. Let's get on with it. Oh, God. Mate. Oh, I need a break. So it turns out, as if it was ever in doubt, of course, that the Home Office has won. Oh, that's better, right? The Home Office has won the appeal on whether or not the migrant hotels should close. I was shocked. I mean, look, everybody knew they were going to win this, right? How are they supposed to continue to flood the country with migrants if they aren't allowed to keep them in hotels? There are reports coming out apparently that some of them are being redistributed to new 300k townhouses with heated floors, ensuite bathrooms, right? It's just a lovely time, really. Fuck. Fortunately, of course, the UK's housing supply is just, there's such a glut of housing at the moment. It doesn't really matter, right? Much like the people they're bringing over from Gaza for NHS medical treatment, we've just got so much excess capacity in the NHS. They may as well, they got to keep the doctors busy. Makes perfect sense. Cooper wins appeal on migrant hotel. The temporary injunction preventing migrants from being housed at the Bell Hotel in Epping has been overturned in the Court of Appeal. Asylum seekers will be allowed to remain at the hotel. Shocking. I can't believe it, bros. I honestly thought that the government would take an L for once, right? Yes, the Gabians, the LGBTQ arm of the Fabians, the Gabians, are apparently very, very happy with this decision. Lord Justice Bean said that the ad hoc interim injunction applications seeking closure of particular sites may each have some individual merits, but the judge's approach ignores the obvious consequence. What are those obvious consequences? Well, it turns out those obvious consequences are things like people thinking that protest affects the government. Now, I mean, if that was not sort of the greatest sort of demonstration of how protest actually works in UK democracy, I don't know what is. I mean, you can go out there and protest, right? But if your protest actually starts to affect government policy, well, that's completely inappropriate. Full short, this is not over. Yeah, look, I agree. This is far, far from over, right? There's so many things to set on fire yet, right? And we have yet to reach the fully explosive diarrhea state. Look, we haven't even had the sovereign debt crisis yet, right? Everyone looking forward to that. I know I am. Love a good sovereign debt crisis. I do. Maybe we can get inflation to 12%. I can't wait. I can't wait, bros. I'm just seething with anticipation. The closure of one site means that capacity needs to be identified elsewhere in the system. Of course it does, because, you can't just be get the fuck out of our country, because that's fascism, apparently, and may incentivize local planning authorities who wish to remove asylum accommodation from their area to apply to the court urgently before capacity elsewhere in the system becomes exhausted. So, this may set a precedent where local councils are yeah, we don't want these people here, and that, of course, is not allowed. So yes, everybody's very disappointed. Basically, right, to just sort of give you the 20,000 foot view, the rights of the asylum seekers under the European Convention of Human Rights precedes and is more important than the rights of the people in Epping to not be raped and assaulted. So there you have it, right, in black and white, right? So the next time someone says, well, that's a conspiracy theory. Don't you know that the government cares for each and every one of us? Every one of us is a special little flower. No, it really, yeah, look, all flowers are equal, but some flowers are more equal than others, bro, right? Where do you fit on the hierarchy? Are you chicken? Are you lamb? Or are you another white meat, right? So this is Lord Justice Bean. Can someone do an early life on Lord Justice Bean? I don't know for sure, but I'm just wondering. Basically delivering the judgment. For fuck's sake.
The Epping residents' fear of crime was properly taken into account by the judge as a factor in favour of the grant of an injunction. He described it as being of limited weight. The appellants do not say it was irrelevant. The council does not say it should be decisive. We agree that it is relevant, but in our view it is clearly outweighed in the American cyanamide balancing exercise by the undesirability of incentivizing protests, by the desirability in the interests of justice of preserving the status quo for the relatively brief period leading up to the forthcoming trial, and by the range of public interest factors which we have discussed in our judgment. Therefore, we grant permission to appeal both to Somani and to the Home Secretary against the grant of the interim injunction.
Yes, we have looked at the case very carefully and decided that you can all get fucked. We have made our allegiance with the foreigner, and we're very happy about it. Oh, God, can you imagine listening to this fucker in court? So, yes, the injunction would have encouraged lawlessness. The judge ruled, you see, you can't give in to terrorism. Which is, basically sort of like, the argument that they're making pretty much. If you protest and you force the government to do stuff, then it's terrorism, really, I guess, and the government will not be pushed around by racists and, their own citizenry, right? What do you think we took all your guns for, right? So we could, be pushed around by you lot. No bloody fear. The Home Office is, I don't know. They look a bit nervous about this, honestly. Of course, they're still in the, blame the Conservatives for everything that happened. And, okay, that is partially true. Le Boris wave did happen under Le Boris. They're all about to get indefinite leave to remain, by the way, because it's actually been 5 years since the Boris wave. So enjoy. All of your legal migrants who are now here legally, and therefore are not illegal migrants, and so therefore you can't do anything about them, right? So that's great. We inherit a chaotic asylum system, costing billions. The government will close all hotels by the end of this month. So you'll close all the hotels by 2029 by distributing them to the rest of the community, obviously, right, is what this means. Number of hotels has almost halved since its peak in 2023. We have brought down costs by 15%. Yeah, I don't believe you. I don't believe a fucking word of this, right? I find it hard to believe, right? Like they're probably just like shifting them. Like, oh yes, we've brought the cost of the hotels down by 15%. The cost of the HMOs and all of that has massively skyrocketed. But right, like it's the hotels you're worried about, right? Not the fact that they're actually here. You wouldn't want to be a racist now, would you? So David Bean, former chair of the Fabian Society. Awesome. I love being ruled by incremental socialists. 1989 to 1990. I don't know whether that's before or after he became is he a Supreme Court judge? It doesn't matter. He's one of the ruling elite. He was a founding member of Matrix Chambers, whose members included Attorney General Lord Hermer and Chagos Mauritius lawyer Philip Sands KC. Lots of early life in Matrix chambers, obviously. And that's a great thing, right? That's a great thing. They've only done good things. He has apparently been reported to the Conduct Office over bias allegations. How much do you bet this is going to go nowhere? Anyone want to bet this is going to go nowhere? He has links to left-wing causes that advocate for migrants to stay. And he's probably going to turn around and go like, so what? Advocating for migrants to stay is the most awesome thing that a judge can do. So, shut up. Yes, the judge who ruled asylum seekers can remain in a hotel in Epping has been reported to the Conduct Authority for alleged bias over links to left-wing causes and organisations. On Friday, Lord Justice Bean and 2 other Court of Appeal judges ruled that an injunction banning the Bell Hotel... Yes, we know. Stephen Barrett, a prominent barrister, on Thursday said he has submitted a complaint to the Judicial Conduct Investigations Office, arguing that Lord Justice Bean should not have heard the Bell Hotel appeal because of apparent conflicts of interest. These included his status as a founding member of Matrix Chambers, which is firmly associated with advocacy in favour of allowing migrants to stay. Plus, he's been a Labour member for 28 years. It's fine. It's fine, right? I'm sure he will, be censored. Probably yeah. Oh God. Now, the government is they're in a bit of a bind, right? Obviously, the rights of people sort of anywhere in the world who we know nothing about precedes and is more important than the rights of the UK citizen. They have extensive sort of rights under the ECHR that is not available to the average British person. For example, did you know that under the ECHR, it is not allowed for migrants to be immiserated, made poor. There's no such protections for the ordinary people of the UK, of course. You can immiserate them as much as you want. So this is the Education Secretary, Bridget Phillipson, being asked whether she agrees, and obviously trying not to say, look, the appropriate. It's a complicated thing, right? What even are rights? When it comes to the indigenous population of the UK. Oh no, wait, no. It sounds bad, right? The UK doesn't have an indigenous population. What even are the English bros, right? Are the English even an ethnic group at this point, right?
And I know people don't like us, even a year in, as a government, saying, this is what we inherited. This is what we inherited, right? There was a widespread use of asylum hotels by the Conservatives that increased enormously at enormous cost to the taxpayer.
Yeah, you keep going back to the Conservatives.
I want to ask you... Yes, but it won't be a quick fix. We will sort it.
Your lawyers, under your guidance, have said in terms that the rights of asylum seekers are more important than the rights of local people in Epping Forest. Would you at least acknowledge that that is what they will hear? And it's up to you. Ministers can say, we agree with that, or we don't agree with it. You can't simply say, let's balance things. Do you agree with what your lawyers said, or don't you?
Yes, of course we do. And I know people don't like us, even a year in, as a government, saying, this is what we inherited. This is what we inherited, right? There was a widespread use of asylum hotels.
So, it's fine. Of course we agree with the lawyers, right? That's how this country is run. This is one of the reasons why the politicians can't do anything. It is really the lawyers that run this country through a thing called agenda framing. Which you would probably know about if you had done a poll side agree. This is the second or third face of power, where instead of naked force, another group decides the limits of the exercise of power. Agenda setting, yes. Of course, random, who is this fucking social worker, explains how the solution to the asylum crisis is to just grant them all citizenship. It's coming, bro. Come on. It's coming. They'll be like, we solved the asylum crisis. How do we do it? Oh, we just gave them all citizenship.
They have taken the politics out of it. They've taken the fire out of the conversation, and they've said, let's look at it sensibly. What's going to work? In 94% of cases, people from Eritrea are going to be granted asylum. Does that mean potentially granting the 6% of people who might not have qualified had their cases been heard? Possibly. But in 94% of cases, this is going to be the right thing to do. So instead of forcing people to constantly kind of keep dwelling in hotels, go through these long, protracted systems, let's just be sensible.
Is the problem not that amongst the 6%, if you take the Eritrea example, there will be people who have absolutely no right to be here, some of whom might have criminal records, some of whom might have been involved in crime or terrorism or whatever it might be. And under this proposal, they would get the same right to stay in Britain as everybody else from that country.
Well, it's the kind of scheme that we've had before. We have precedent for schemes like this. It was carried out under the last Labour government in 1997. They granted an amnesty to people from Afghanistan and other countries who were more than likely going to succeed, and we didn't see any major issues from that scheme. What the public is annoyed by is the perceived lack of...
Yes, we didn't see any problems with granting asylum to all of those people from Afghanistan. No problems whatsoever. Everything just went absolutely swimmingly. It never ceases to surprise me, the number of white women who are just like, oh, look, just let in more rapists into the country from the third world, you know, and they're like, why is there so much toxic masculinity? Mate, we got to get women out of politics. Honestly, right? Like this is just retarded, right? Oh, God.
Control over this system. There is, this chaotic way in which people arrive on small boats and, the total loss of control over accommodation once people arrive. They just want somebody to get a grip of it. And this is a very sensible solution that says, okay, this helps us get a grip of it.
Right. So, yep, there's that. Parliament is back in session after the MPs have had their little summer holiday, and Starmer's keen to get back to it, bros. I just want to point out, right? Do you see this piece of artwork in the background? I mean, what the fuck, dude? I mean, I know this guy doesn't have a soul, right? And he doesn't dream, and but what the hell even is that?
Summer's definitely over, and this morning we've got all the number 10 staff together and talked through what phase 2 of the government is going to look like and feel like. So we go into phase 2, 1st of September 2025, in good spirits, confident and with conviction about what we're doing. It needs a more powerful number 10, so we've added to the team with some really important new members. I made a number of other changes, but this is about focus on delivery now, marching forward to the next phase of government.
Mate, I'm starting to feel physical pain every single time I see this gormless fuck open his mouth. Mate, I wonder, do you think I could maybe take a case to the the court, The Hague, arguing that having Keir Starmer running the country is a cruel and unusual punishment? Do you reckon? Oh, God. Fucking. Now, apparently, the Home Secretary has suspended refugee family reunion applications until new tighter rules are put in place. These new and tighter rules should be ready in about spring. Apparently, whatever. Fucking whatever. Right. So, as things are going on, right, the protests are continuing, right? There doesn't seem to be any sort of real end to them, obviously. So, I've got some clips.
Walked in the fucking lot of them, lad. What are you gonna do, the little bums? Get a fucking bus. Get on. What are you going to do?
He's not welcome here. Say it loud. Say it.
Hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do with your little mask on? What are you going to do?
Yep.
What?
I mean, there's only so many times you like see this. So you just. However, there have been some like other things on Saturday. There was like a whole bunch of different protests. I presume the sort of tactic is to flood the zone and to try and sort of, compete, stand up to racism and possibly the police. This was in Heathrow. There's a Heathrow Airport hotel now that's, full of migrants, because of course. Same kind of stuff. We've seen it all before. I'm worried. I think that the sort of psychological effect of these things are starting to blunt. That's how it goes, right? You can only maintain attention for so long. I imagine the government is probably very happy that they managed to get to the end of summer without another Southport kicking off. I imagine that was probably the thing that they were most afraid of. Maybe there has been one, right? And everyone's been like, silenced by MI5. I don't know, right? But, it appears that they have managed to get to the end of summer without another sort of like mass killing. MK, good to see you, man. How you doing? Right, let's see. What else have we got? There was... This is funny. So BBC showed up in Portsmouth, to document all the racists, presumably, because it's the BBC. But when the crowd got wind that they were there, they were not treated very, very kindly. It's a shocking lapse in decorum. Don't you know this is the British broad-corping castration?
BBC here. British Brainwash Corporation. No, don't.
BBC, not welcome here.
You're not welcome here. Not welcome here. BBC, 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 not welcome here. BBC's not welcome here. BBC's not welcome here. BBC's not welcome here. BBC's not welcome here. Go on! Fuck off!
BBC, not welcome here.
We just fucked off the BBC.
Good job.
Don't worry. They'll be back. Probably scuttling away to write an article about how the heinous far right accosted a perfectly innocent BBC crew who, weren't doing nothing except like destroying the country. What is this? Oh, yeah. Now, it seems the government has issued a directive that the cops are now allowed to use pepper spray. The results of this, given the state of the UK police force, are about as hilarious as you would expect. Bit of friendly fire going on here.
Oh, he's spraying everyone in the crowd. Oh, shit. Oh, he's got her. Oh, taste your own medicine. Oh.
Oh, mate. Oh my God. It's like an episode of the Keystone Cops. Now, this was quite interesting. The sort of group of protesters that were hanging around Canary Wharf decided that a good tactic would be to try and shut down the large mall underneath Canary Wharf in the hope of getting the actual people with money to start like leaning on the council. And thus they charged in and occupied the Canary Wharf Mall.
Shut down that hotel, okay? Or otherwise, we will be here every single week. And we will get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So, Canary Wharf and your millions, get pen to paper and get the place shut down now.
It's happened, and we ain't gonna let happen no more. We will be in here once a fucking week, and it'll be bigger, like Lorraine said, bigger and bigger. These people fucking piss on us, and we'll piss on them back. We'll come here once a fucking week.
Yeah, I don't know about the dudes in the masks. I mean, how do you know who they are? Right? I mean, I know, right? If you don't wear a mask, right, the government can ID you. But if you do wearing a mask, how do you know they're not feds? Right? Like, just hello, fellow protesters, right? We're a group of like burly people all dressed, right? Like mostly the same, wearing exactly the same kind of masks, right? We are happy to join your protest and definitely won't start getting violent, right? Like, you know, at an opportune moment, giving the police the excuse they need to crack down on you or anything. We would never do that. And more pepper spray. Again, deploying pepper spray in a closed environment like this, probably not a good idea. I presume the government's just like, look, just issue everyone with pepper spray now. I don't know. Maybe a bunch of the police are just like, what, you expect us to go back into this bullshit like unarmed? I don't know.
Back away! Back away! Back away now! Back away! Back away! Move back! Move back! Move back! Stay back! We won't get involved! Get back! Stay back!
London, city of culture. The banking center of the Western world. Fuck. Oh, this place has gone to shit so fucking badly. Oh, dude. Now, when I was saying they started like arresting the sort of like leaders, this is Reform Sarah. Apparently she was like big in the Canary Wharf thing. She has been arrested for inciting racial hatred. Yep, sorry, it's too loud. Yeah, right. I'll make sure to, yeah. She held up a Union Jack outside the council offices in Epping. No, sorry, she's part of the Epping protest, not the Canary Wharf. And she's been arrested. You know, obviously, right? The government's sick of this shit. They're not going to do anything, right? And they're very, very annoyed when you point this out, okay? So, yeah. I believe that they're basically giving everyone like a very, very swift trial. Obviously, this guy, I think, got tried and sentenced within 3 days. So, you know, it's very, very important that, you know, people don't do the thing. Right. Down under, there is also people being annoyed at mass immigration. You know, fascists, some of them, it seems. This was the March for Australia. That was like a big thing against immigration. But you won't believe it. Some of those people marching were fascists, apparently. Very, very bad. You know, enjoy. And then, okay, the Australian media, the left-wing Australian media, have been sort of, doing the usual playbook, right? Oh my God, right? Some of the people there are fascists, therefore the entire cause is delegitimized. How can you possibly be against immigration when there are fascists who are also against immigration, right? You know how it goes. ABC has been seething. Investigation finds link between white nationalist views and March for Australia organisers. I'm not sure how long this is going to continue to work. Indeed, as I detail in the last story, I think this has well and truly run out of steam. Indeed, when they asked random people at the march, so basically the march happened, and then afterwards, a couple of guys from the Australian National Socialist Network stood up, and their leader, Thomas Sewell, gave quite a rousing speech. He's clearly been watching his History Channel. Now, of course, some people in the crowd were like, oh my God, my World War II, I can't believe, no. But what's interesting is that there are also a bunch of people in the crowd who are like, I don't care, right? Like, shit's gotten too bad, right? Like, so the spell is wearing off, right? Just going around like calling people like fash is not working the way it used to, because everything's going really bad. And of course, if you had studied the forbidden history, you would draw parallels, which of course you're not allowed to do, because that was a unique time and place, and nothing else has ever happened that would resemble that, obviously, right? Unless it does, and then you don't do it, right? Like, because shut up.
It was disgusting. See my little kids here? I wore that Aboriginal flag to show solidarity. March as one, together. And look what these fucking idiots have done.
I am Australian. You don't need to attack Australia, not communism. Get out. Go fuck yourself.
Made two little girls cry over a bunch of Nazi shit. Fuck off!
Brother, 99% of us here are with you. We will protect your kids no matter what. And we'll protect you. Right? That's the Aussie way. That's the Aussie way.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, right, and suggest that these two little white girls have nothing to fear from the National Socialists, right? Like, I mean, obviously this is done like, oh my God, but I don't think these are the kind of people personally that the National Socialists are angry about, right? Could be wrong, but just saying, right? Let's see where we go. But what's funny here, as I said, is some of the other people just being like, well, I just don't really care.
Aussie way. It's the Aussie way.
Can I ask you? You served in the military. Are you concerned that there's neo-Nazis that are on the stage right now?
It doesn't matter who's up there, as long as we're united against the same enemy. That's all that matters.
What do you think about this Nazi group that's just rocked up?
I think if they're sticking up for their country, that's all I care about.
Are you concerned that like more extreme groups are going to turn up here today?
Yeah, I am. But I'm not letting fear stop me stand up for what I believe in, and that's Australia. I reckon it's a bloody beautiful country.
Let's go!
There are also neo-Nazi groups here, National Socialist Network. You don't feel unsafe with that?
Not at all. Not at all. And look, I've been here since the beginning. Nobody said anything to me.
Are you concerned that there are like racist groups here, like Nazi groups here, the one that rocked up just before?
Yeah, a little bit.
Very minor.
Minority.
Very minority. Yeah. And they are currently the ones speaking on the podium.
Yeah.
Not concerned by that?
Not really, no.
And he sang as he watched and waited for his
If you want to be racist, you can be racist, but at the same time, I'm just like worried because we're trying to go in, we're trying to go in as well, support everybody, but like it seems like we're the main target,
You're walking past this right now. Did you fear for your safety?
Yes,
Yeah,
obviously.
that's
telling the chat right now.
Because
we're in
I
shambles.
think we're the only black two in this whole audience right now. I'll be serious.
Rein in mass immigration, get our house in order. Australia's built on immigrants. We need to keep having immigration, but not a white Australia policy.
Look at all the old diggers. They must be just absolutely rolling in their grave. They fought World War I, World War II.
Do you think they'd be rolling in their grave that there's a neo-Nazi group right here, given that they fought them in the war?
Most probably. It's much too extreme. Well, we'll come and escort them out, will we? Me and you.
Let's go.
Let's go for a rumble.
So you see what I mean, right? Like the general mood of the crowd is like, oh yeah, I mean, Nazis might be a bit extreme, right? Like this is clearly not the reaction that the ruling class is looking for. The reaction they're looking for is, oh my God, like, no, like, where's the nearest synagogue? Let's, form a human chain around it. And, I mean, there's a church on fire over there. Yeah, but, fuck the Christians, right? Let's see, what else have we got? Now, here is some, sorry to front load you with cringe, everybody, but I just want to sort of hammer this home, right? How their magic word does not seem to be working. They pushed it too far, bros. They got too cocky, bros. This is the kind of like stuff that Stand Up to Racism has been saying. Hitler, if we, have borders, it's basically like the Nazis. Like, no. Like, we're all familiar with this. Like, I had it up to back teeth by this point.
Women and children are women like myself and all the other women here. And the people who fight to protect all of us are trade unionists, socialists, anti-racists and anti-fascists. And the far right stand in the tradition. We know they stand in the tradition of fascists, and the fascists stand in the tradition of Hitler. And what do? They put people in concentration camps. And they murdered 6 million Jews. That's what they stand for. Adding a total destruction of trade union organisation, working class organisation, and people's lives. That is what these people lead to. They are hiding behind protecting us, and they are quite the opposite. They lead to the opposite. So we say, and we will continue to say, refugees are welcome here.
Yeah, because that's what the history of World War II teaches us, right? That countries like England that fought to free Europe have to accept millions and millions of people from Africa and the Middle East, right? Like, I mean, how could you possibly draw any other inference from that part of history, right? Oh, fuck me, dude. Oh God, yeah. They're shouting shame. Oh God, I can't even. Fear of migrants is a racist fantasy. Yeah, all right. I guess. See how you feel after you get like your head kicked in.
We are all Palestinians. We are all Palestinians. We are all Palestinians. We are all Palestinians. Oh, this one. Refugees are welcome here. Refugees are welcome here.
God, shut up. I can't take it anymore, bros. There's a bunch of other people calling for, people to commit suicide. I mean, right? Like, because when it comes to the left, right, they're really full of empathy, right? They care about everyone, except the people that they wish death upon. Oh shit! By the way, please send super chats for therapy beers and other sort of psychological emoluments. You can do so. Linky in the description. Earth monies would be appreciated.
We need Earth monies to appear as normal Earth pigs. Mini Moose, how much have we earned?
Yes, it won't fix the world. But it will buy me a beer. So, that's all good. And our final story of the night, basically just to cap off this parade of shite. This is quite an amazing article from The Guardian. Look at those fucking glasses, mate. The spiteful mutants have said lessons from an asylum hotel counter-protest. Calling our opponents fascist doesn't work. Ooh. What a give. Are you saying that you never actually believed that they were fascists and you were just basically saying it to delegitimize people? Oh, we got a super chat. $5 from MK. Cheers. Thanks for the show. Thanks very much, MK. I really, really appreciate that, mate. Have a dancing Stalin. He's very, very happy at the super chat. He's like, woo! There's no limit. Come on. Thanks, mate. Wait, hang on. I've lost my fucking window. Oh god, I'm so tired today. Here we go. Oh, and another one. From Arakeen Green Moon for $5. Thanks very much, mate. This again just demonstrates that refugees are a luxury. If the economy was doing well and law respected, people wouldn't care, but people can't afford these luxuries. Everything is shut. Yeah, that's exactly true, mate, right? Like really, really true. It would be one thing to do this kind of stuff when, you've got excess capacity in the system, you've got like more housing that you know what to do with. There's hospital beds at the NHS just lying empty, right? I mean, but like, dude, there's not enough shit to go around, and they're just like, oh, please come in, right? Like, what about the people starving in your own country? Oh, look, fuck them, right? Like, who cares about them? You're brown and exotic and, probably fleeing. So what about the people fleeing, like, torture, like, literally in the UK, right? What about the grooming gang victims, right? They were fucking tortured. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, mate. Oh, we got another super chat from Ardent Party for $3. Cheap ads are cheap. Come along for his Monday media review of the Thunderbolts, I think. Remember, no matter how dark it is before the dawn, you can always set your enemies on fire. Joke, don't do that. Thank you very much, Ardent. Please drop your linkies in the chats. Oh, actually, wait, hang on. I can do it. I think I can grab it from here. Go along and check out Ardent's stream. He's a good lad, and he buys advertising on my shows. So obviously I have to say that. No, he's a good dude. Go check it out. Thanks very much, Ardent. Oh god, and I've lost the window again. Mate, come on. Yes, when anti-asylum demonstrators have so much support from the mainstream, a smarter, more tailored message is needed. Ooh. What do you think that smarter and more tailored message is going to be, bros? Take your bets, chat. I really need to do this in the soy voice. Earlier this month, I helped organise a protest to defend the refugees holed up at the Thistle City Barbican Hotel in London. We mobilised 800 people to support the asylum seekers who waved back at us from the hotel to show their gratitude. Don't need gratitude from my fellow countrymen. I get all the gratitude I need from fucking people who came from the other side of the world. On the other side of the road, about 250 people had gathered to demand the hotel be closed. Speakers there called the refugees illegal, invaders, and parasites. Well, they fucking are, right? Seeing and hearing our opponents, the anti-racists responded with a spontaneous chant of Nazi scum off our streets. Oh yes, that rousing chant. One of the greatest hits obviously, right? Get your new Stand Up to Racism album. Oh, God, that would be fucking like brain rot. Which our side was able to sustain for more than an hour. Oh, imagine just chanting that shit for an hour. My God. I understand why people wanted to express their contempt for the people who tell lies about refugees. Where's the lie? For God's sake. But the chant didn't strike me as effective when I heard it, and the more I have thought about it since, the more convinced I am that it was the wrong strategy. Wait. Look, you're on the left. You're not supposed to have self-awareness, right? Look, one of the primary features of the left is you're supposed to like stick to a losing strategy and ride it into the ground. Please. Like, you just, you're doing shit so badly. Don't stop and reflect, lefty brothers. Come on. Just look, please keep calling everybody Nazis, right? It's any day now. It's bound to succeed. There were fascists present at the demonstration. One banner advertised a small, hard right group. How do you know they were hard? I took one of them back to the toilets afterwards. But they were not the organizers. They hung back, mute, at the edge of the protest. The crowd did chant in support of Tommy Rubenstein. The latter, I suspect, is probably the link that organizations like Stand Up to Racism lean on when labeling the current anti-refugee movement as fascist. Yeah, but Tommy can't be a Nazi. He supports Israel. He loves Israel. Whatever. Many of the protests, their spokesman has said, are organized by known fascists and Hitler admirers. But Robinson, unlike the fascists of the 1970s, doesn't leaven his speeches with reworked passages from Mein Kampf. He isn't a Hitler admirer, nor is he perceived as such by the movement. He used to boast of having a Churchill quote tattooed on his arm. The strategy of labeling our enemies fascist depends on a context where the mainstream is willing to isolate and shame Nazis. These are not the time we are living in. So a smarter, more tailored message is necessary. You never fucking thought these people were fascists. You just said the thing, right? You cynical bastards. So he then goes on to basically talk about how like Robert Jenrick was like photographed at a thing, and there was some dude who had some association with the BNP in the background, and they tweeted it out hoping that it would get Jenrick cancelled, and no one gave a shit. Right? So the magic is wearing off. No. Come on, where's their great strategy? Calling them Nazis has done little to undermine them. They don't believe they are fascists. They don't have organized fascists in their leading circle. The term seems to them exaggerated and laughable. Well, it is, right? You just got like normal people now, and you just like, you got two cocky bros, right? When like, egg on toast is fascism, right? Everyone's like, well, what the fuck does this even mean? The word has dematerialized, as it were. You may say I'm expecting too much of one term. Oh no, it's worked very, very well for a long time. Even if the fascist label had worked and got under our opponents' skins, there's no way we would know it was working. Oh, that's bullshit, right? You know it's working because fucking they get cancelled, right? They get their bank accounts pulled, all this kind of like other stuff. 1970s, yeah. But when we deal with the far right now, we are facing a movement that is pushing forward a group of female leaders. Ooh, that's a bit tricky. That feels different from 5 years ago, yet alone 50 years since. In Islington, one of the speeches came from a woman described as running a local nursery, clearly a hotbed of fascism, probably teaching those little kids to do the Roman. The contemporary far right is focused on pushing a single narrative about refugees. Yes. Where's your amazing right? So the simplest one-line refutation, this is their new strategy, bros, is to look at the men who were arrested for offences in the various race riots that followed events at Southport. Of these men, a staggering 40% had been reported to the police for domestic violence. There is, in other words, no single group of people, not in Britain or anywhere else, who are more prone to violence against women than the people now standing outside the hotels denouncing refugees. So they're going to start calling them wife beaters. I don't think that has the same frizz on, personally, but we will see. how it's going to go. Anyway, that's the end of the news, bros. You know what that means. It's time for some cringe. Right. Let's get to the cringe. Let's get to the cringe. Oh, mate, I need a rest. Fuck, just look at this shit. So, ahead of what is going to be a horrible, horrible budget, where they're going to raise taxes, leading into a sovereign debt crisis, Rachel Reeves thought it would be a good idea to talk to the kiddywinks, because when all the adults hate you, you just go and talk to the children who don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Enjoy.
I've been hearing about you in the news that you like taxes. If you had 3 wishes, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. To answer your questions well, to make sure that all children have a good start in life, and for my own children to give me less chat back. I don't think that third one's going to come true. Is that your question? Well, I really, really believe that you and all the boys and girls that you're at school with deserve great teachers and great resources at school. The really important thing for me is that when you need a school place for your kid, when you need a doctor's appointment or maybe an operation, a health service, or to go to the local park or the library, it's there for you, regardless of how much money you've got and how much you've paid into the system.
If you could have another job, what would that be?
Oh, well, what I'd really like to be is Beyonce, but I don't think I'm ever going to be Beyonce.
I'm surprised they showed a white girl, honestly. That's not very diverse, Rachel, right? Surely, you know, like, I mean, I don't know, you're sending a bit of a wrong message showing a white girl there, right? At least it wasn't a white boy, right? I mean, you know.
So before I became an MP, I worked in finance. I worked in banks and financial institutions. So I guess that's what I would go back to doing. But at the moment, I'm doing the job that I want more than any other job. I'm in charge of the country's finances.
Who and what inspired you?
Well, that's a really good question. I guess 2 people who really inspired me were my grandma and granddad. They always believed in giving someone something back. Is that all right? Yeah. Yeah, you happy with my answers? I get a high five. Hey, very good.
Oh. Man, I hate our political class so much. Yay! I got a high five from a 10-year-old. Hope you're looking forward to paying more fucking taxes. Oh, God. More liberal white women.
So, I've just driven all the way from London down to Margate, down the A2. And every bridge, almost every bridge that we went down over the last couple of hours has got a St George's flag on it. And obviously this is all about immigration, asylum seekers, and protests coming from the right and reform to kind of try and prevent and scare people from coming to this country. And as a white person, I feel scared by it, so I can't even imagine what that must feel like for a person of colour or a person who's immigrated to this country. And I just think it is time for us to all start having conversations with each other. Like white people, we need to start talking to that racist uncle that we only see at Christmas, or the...
Hey, she's talking about me. I am that racist uncle. I feel seen. I feel acknowledged. I'm sure that would be a great conversation.
You know, that family member that you stopped talking to over a fight about Brexit.
What about the family members you stopped talking to over the COVID vaccine? You know she's vaxxed, right? You just, I mean, look at that. I mean, like, you look a bit vaccinated, right?
Because reform is gaining ground, they're gaining legitimacy. And I just think that, you know, we have to start having these conversations, because I'm finding it incredibly frightening. And it's down to us, it's down to the white community in the UK to stand up to this really overt racism.
Yes, hello, fellow white people. It sure is a good day to stand up against racism, from my country house in my 95% white area. I don't understand what all the fuss is about. You'll learn. You'll learn. This is quite disturbing. There's an Israeli company that is about to start deploying an AI social media scanner in the United States ostensibly to stop school shootings. But I'm a bit suspicious of the motivations, honestly.
Aaron Cohen, Gideon AI trailer. Let's play it very quickly.
Gideon is the first real-time AI system built to detect threats online before they become attacks. Anonymous networks flagging behavior, predicting danger. We don't get a second chance. Let's not miss the next one.
15 seconds, Aaron. You're talking about stopping mass shootings, attacks in Boulder before they start.
Trace, I'm building the first AI-driven threat prediction platform for law enforcement. They're flying blind right now. I've got an elite team of engineers from Palantir. I've got law enforcement agencies lined up. 76% of these mass attackers posted some type of grievance online. This is America's early warning detection system. If you're a chief out there, reach out to me and get on my pilot. And if you're a VC, I'm about to open my seed round. Partner with me and let's make America safe again and get cops the tools they need.
Yeah, they're deploying it against anti-Semitism, right? Is what it's really for, right? Like, they might detect a mass shooting here or there, but this is really about anti-Semitism, right? Now, this is kind of interesting. This is Max Blumenthal from the Grey Zone, talking about the thing that has come to the fore recently about why Israel is the exceptional country when it comes to immigration. Now, people have been talking about this for years, but this point has gained recent prominence, in no small part, actually, because of James Lindsay coming out and, failing so completely to win that argument with Sargon. That was actually the subject of my last Gulag Cafe with Yiz. Check it out. I heard it was a pretty good episode. Now, Blumenthal is Jewish, and he basically says, yeah, look, you've got to sort this out. This exception is now so glaring, it's generating a lot of anger and hatred. But how are they supposed to resolve it, right? The idea of Israel and the Israeli people being exceptional is literally baked into the entire equation.
American Jews overwhelmingly oppose a white Christian state being established in the United States, and I'm one of them. An increasing number of Americans are organizing on the basis of being white Christians or white Gentiles and moving towards white nationalism. And I think that has fueled the rise of Trump. And that has received harsh condemnation from groups like the Anti-Defamation League. One of the, he's faded into oblivion now, but Richard Spencer, who was one of the leaders of the white nationalist movement during the first Trump term, he felt like kind of an op to me, but he said, I am a white Zionist. I just want for my people what the Jews want for theirs in Israel, Palestine. And so I support Zionism there, and we should have a white Christian Zionism here. This is our Zion. And it was a very clever way of flipping the script on the ADL and essentially on Jewish Americans in general, because most of them still support Zionism, at least older ones. And they should be forced to answer for that. They should be forced to explain to white Christian Americans or white nationalists why they cannot have a white Christian state in the United States ruling over all minorities when they have their Jewish state over there, a second country. And I have to be consistent and oppose both.
Well. Yes. I mean, you can oppose both if you want, but I don't see the Zionists going anywhere. This is Ursula von der Leyen basically saying that Russia is to blame for the migrant crisis. I'm going to skip that. Oh, right. Okay, right. Enough of the cringe. I have abused your brain cells enough. Man, came across this on Twitter. This was from 1997. A beer company made like an anime cyberpunk beer ad. Can we just not? Can't we go back, bros? I would drink that. Even if it's not that good, like, just because cyberpunk anime. Right. This is partial cringe, but also funny. Enjoy.
Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Okay, in that case, bread doesn't make sandwiches. People make sandwiches. Cars don't drive.
Wait, where's my bread that makes itself into sandwiches? I was told we were living in the future, goddammit.
Drive people to work. People drive people to work.
Yep. That's how it works.
Many Spider-Men.
Yeah, bud.
Memes truly have had an incredible effect on reality. This is just silly. Enjoy.
In what sport does Fanny Schmeller compete for Germany? A. Swimming. B. Show jumping. Or C. Skiing? You've put show jumping. Yeah. Why'd you put show jumping?
I don't think it's skiing.
No, you would know. You would know that.
Yeah, you'd think. Swimming, it doesn't really have a ring for me like Fanny Schmeller. So I just thought it goes with show jumping.
We're gonna make a rule now, never to say a name again. I'd be straight down the court in the morning if that was my name. I'd have that changed straight away. Right.
More innocent times, truly. Check this out.
Eating bacon in the morning reduces the chances of you marrying a 6-year-old by 98%. There are 50 Muslim countries around the world. Why the fuck would you move to the West if you want to live under Sharia law?
Nice. Yeah, this is great.
What the hell are you guys doing? No wonder why the neighbors
Oh, dude. Oh yeah, this is good. Daughter for the win.
Can I get a large coffee, please?
Can I have a cookie?
No, Remy, we have cookies at the house, okay?
Well, we have coffee at home.
Can I get a cookie, please? Can I get a large coffee, please?
Oh yeah, this is good. Sadie sent me this. I relate very much to that. Yeah, this is good too. Right, we got some Garen music for you. Wait, is this not working now? Has the sound died, or is it still going? Oh. Right. Okay. Hang on. I bet the sound thing has just crashed. Hang on a second. Wait. Restart capture. Right. Let's try this now.
I have had it with this. A full Irish and a full English breakfast are different fucking things. You can't just post a photo of a few different fried meats and call it whatever the fuck you please. Not in my fucking country. Now listen, a full Irish breakfast, sausages, black and white pudding, bit of fried tomato, bit of mushroom if you fucking want it, an egg. What the fuck is this? This fucking shriveled shite American bacon has no place on this plate. Only back bacon rashers are allowed. This may be shocking to Americans who didn't realise you could buy bacon that actually has bacon on it. You can also have a bit of soda bread. This is an English breakfast, completely different and fucking disgusting. It looks like a salad. Beans are not allowed in an Irish breakfast. They are for Protestants. If the brave men and women who fought for this country in 1916 could see you picking up your sausage and dipping it into a little bowlette of beans, they would roll over in their fucking graves. Follow me. I'm delicious.
Oh yeah, and the Rumble thing has crashed as well. What the? Man. Let's see if it'll work now. Okay, just everything's just breaking. Right, now let me play the other one again, since none of you can hear it.
When I you, your soul will need therapy. I'm literally going to destroy your and rebuild it with my mouth. As I'm you, you'll be your ancestors looking.
Tucker Carlson, Ghost.
Good evening! What are you doing out alone? What am I doing? I'm looking for my dog. Have you seen my dog? Where did it go? What do you think happened here? They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. It must be. I haven't seen anybody shady moving into the neighborhood lately, but very well could be. Where do you live? How many people do you live with? Do you have a husband? Do you have a wife? What is your sexuality? Why don't you come down into the sewer? We can look for my dog there. I have a Shih Tzu. It's the only thing Chinese I own.
Dude. I always wonder what the Illuminati do on holidays.
Sir, Israel and Iran issued a ceasefire.
You take one day off and all of a sudden the world's at peace. Well, it's our annual company retreat and it always feels good to just unplug.
How much longer is this hike?
Pete, if you complain one more time, you're going back on global warming duty. It's also a time to reflect on what we've accomplished as a company.
By the way, boss, love what you're doing in LA.
Yeah, fire and ice was a concept we've been working on for a long time. And as always, we encourage family members to join us for the week of fun. Bailey, wow, you've gotten so big since we listed you as a coffee table on Wayfair. We want our employees to feel like they're part of a family. You. God, you I should have you replaced by AI and bury you with Amelia Earhart. Something I really love is teaching our employees about the great history of this company.
So right over there is where we dropped the Malaysia Airlines flight.
But it hasn't been without struggle, okay? This fiscal year has been full of changes.
Thank God they rolled back DEI.
Yeah, that's how Diddy got hired, and he almost blew it for all of us.
And this year I really wanted to treat the staff and take them to a fun live event.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You okay? Oh, what?
Right. Okay. Cute animal videos on the final stretch, bros. Random husky.
Whoa!
Oh, these are very short. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this is so cute. Look how sad this doggo gets.
Don't be so sad. I have to go to school, Chewy. Oh my gosh, Chewy. You have to go to school. Tell me
Aww. Oh, this really cute Samoyed. That would be incredibly annoying, but also very cute. So I would be conflicted. Right, just a couple more puppies. Aww. And our final cute animal video of the night. Sun cat. He's still just like, this is my life now. Right, that's the end of the show. Let's say goodbye to everyone in the chat. On Rumble, Teabagging Therapist, Captain Crisps, J. Cheever Loophole, Ardent Party. Be sure and check out his stream. Livia Drusilla, Full Short, Total Blackout Painting, Rare Breed 89. I think you're new. Welcome, mate. Anybody else? Sorry, the show's been a bit low energy tonight. I'm really burning the candle at like 3 ends at the moment. Did I say Teabagging Therapist? I think so. Mick Zen, good to see you, man. I think that's everybody. On YouTube, Sunny Jim, 007, Robert Verlinden. Who else we got? Schrodinger's Gaffney, good to see you, mate. Vorpal Anvil, Linda Hunter, James Cole, Lynch Mob. Who else we got? Ashley Styles, good to see ya. I think that's everybody. And Miot Iuri, good to see you, mate. Scarlett Ann, I think you're new. Welcome. And on Odyssey, we had Evola 19, Rody 1, Clint Wayne, and MK, of course. Thank you very much for the super chat, MK. Indeed, thank you everyone who sent in the super chats. I promise to spend them on tasty beer. Right, that's it for the show. No show on Thursday. I got to take a break, but I will be on stream with Rhetorically Defective on Friday night. I'm not sure what we're doing this week. Possibly more Lindsay lolcow action. If you are interested in that milky bosom Lindsay action, be sure to tune in, or check out the last stream if you haven't seen it. It was a lot of fun. It was a deep dive, everything you've wanted to know about Lindsay, but we're afraid to ask. And of course, you can also check out Discord and Dragons tonight on Use the Unix channel. I believe that she's got a bunch of the Old Glory Club guys on tonight. I will see you. I'll see you in a bit. I'm not maybe next week sometime. I'll see how I'm feeling. Good night, everyone. Take care. Until next time. Goodbye.